Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolf Den. My name is Voltorn Elda and this is the start of our blind let's play of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. If you've not yet seen the previous Prelude episode, I do suggest you check it out, but other than that, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Okay, I get that we're relaxing right now, but seriously, our Witcher senses should be able to sense that, right? Okay, the mere idea of that is just horrible.
You know I don't find that amusing.
Ugh.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
So, later then.
See you later.
That has got to be Yennefer, right? The moment we see her hair, I will know. Yep, that is 100% Yennefer. Which means that either this is a dream or a flashback to events before we lost our memory. Or a flash forward? Options are open. New quest, Kaer Morhen. Welcome to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This tutorial will introduce the game's core elements. Each message will be saved in the glossary, where you'll also find detailed information about world lore and gameplay mechanics. To disable tutorial messages, go to the options menu. For the time being, I'm going to leave them on, because I do not really know what exactly has changed. Yennefer of Vengerberg, it is indeed Yennefer. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how much has exactly changed in regards to The Witcher 2, so I'm going to have to just watch and learn. Anyway, minimap and objectives. The minimap in the upper right hand corner of your display shows your current location and the surrounding area. Underneath the minimap you'll find the objectives for your active quest. I believe I changed that in the settings to only show when holding the Witcher senses. Hold right mouse button to use your Witcher senses. Yeah. Kaer Morhen, use your Witcher senses to find the key to the bedroom door. Look for highlight objects. Before we do that, Yennefer. My memory is a little bit fuzzy about this all, but from what I remember how The Witcher 2 ended, it was that we learned from Letho that Yennefer supposedly was in Nilfgaard, or at least in the hands of Nilfgaard. And we also saw that Nilfgaard yet again began their advance on the northern kingdoms, even though they had lost their previous war 6 years ago. Seeing how we're currently supposedly here with her, means we either have found her already and this is a flash forward to how it will be in the future, or this is just a flashback to when we were still together, when we had not lost our memory just yet. But even so, can I take a look? That's the world map, that's not what I need. quest list. All the quests you have accepted are listed here. To see more information about quests, click on it. Yeah. Every story has to start somewhere. And this one starts in the guest room at Kaer Morhen, the stronghold of the witches in the Blue Mountains. It starts with Geralt taking a bath, disproving the theory that witches neglect personal hygiene. But as he is bathing, he is brusquely interrupted by Yennefer. Does she ever interrupt in any other way? She reminds him that he was supposed to train with Ciri. What could our hero do but bid the sorceress farewell and descend into the courtyard of the fortress? Little did he know, this would mark the start of a great adventure. And if I'm right, character menu, this is all stuff I'm supposedly only going to get to in the future. Meditation, not needing that just yet. Choose how long you will rest, double click the time, yeah, I got that. Bestiary, no monster entries. I am looking for characters. Hi, Dandelion, I will get to you shortly. Yennefer of Vengerberg. The Witcher first met the raven-haired sorceress a good 20 years back. Their friendship and the feelings between them were born of a common adventure involving a genie and a wish granted to Geralt that intertwined their fates inextricably. In the time since then, their relationship had, however, been quite stormy. Rich in ups and downs, crises and breakups, Geralt and Yennefer's love provides irrefutable proof of the thesis that opposites attract. A few years ago, Geralt and Yennefer had, after a long separation full of adventures for them both, gotten back together again. Their moment of repose was interrupted by the wild hunt, which took Yennefer captive. The Witcher set out at once to save her, but lost his memory while doing so. When he finally recovered it, he immediately set off once more on his quest to find his beloved sorceress. And that is what we saw in the intro cinematic, if I'm right. Us with Vesemir, I believe? Yeah, Vesemir. Us with Vesemir hunting for Yennefer. Geralt of Rivia. Many cannot fathom the friendship Geralt of Rivia and I, Dandelion, have shared all these years. When we first began breaking bread together, spiteful tongues said he'd be better off cutting my throat and dumping my body in a hollow tree, before I provoked someone else in doing the same to us both. Those individuals spoke out of pure jealousy, for Geralt was my dearest friend, a fact which he gave ample evidence of on numerous occasions. I could say a great deal about that world-famous monster hunter, the man known in Elda speech as Gwynblade, or in our younger, yet less noble tongue, as the White Wolf. For Geralt of Rivia is a truly exceptional individual. A brief encounter might tempt one to label him a mere swinger of swords, a simple monster catcher, a rough-and-tumble practitioner of a dirty trade. But peer closer and you will soon discover he is a man of unplumbed depths, unique views, and vast world-spanning experience. On the surface, he is introverted, tight-lipped, one might even say gruff, but beneath lies an overflowing sea of goodwill, good humor, and an honest readiness to help his friends, be it with a bit of sound advice or the masterful application of his blade. Setting aside cumbersome false modesty, I can say that I know his story better than any man alive. I was with him through hard times and good, helping with wise advice, warm words, and razor wit. As a result, I am a vital part of his story, both in its earlier and present portions. It is thus my duty to continue my chronicle and, for the benefit of future generations, put in writing the next chapter of his deeds and exploitations. And you will do that with the most of subtlety, Dandelion. Absolutely. And since when do you have a mustache? I don't remember you having a mustache before. But fine. Dandelion. I would wager anyone that you, dear reader, are a person of culture and taste, and therefore are familiar with me, Dandelion, and the role I play in the following tale. Nevertheless, allow me to sketch a few lines by way of self-portrait, for the sake of thoroughness, and in the event you have spent much of the last half-century in some dark corner where the light of my star has yet to reach. Born in 1229, a talented poet and troubadour, a graduate of Oxenford Academy, a frequent performer at royal courts, an unequaled lover appreciated, and in some cases adored by ladies worldwide, a skilled negotiator and a stirring orator. Such is the image of the bard Dandelion, as painted by his friends and promoters. This image is, of course, somewhat overbright in its coloring. I personally prefer to think of myself as a dedicated artist enthralled to his muse, one whose work has benefited immeasurably from the fact that I was, am, and forever will remain a close friend and steadfast companion to the Witcher Geralt. It is his fate I chronicle in this present work, and his story I shall sing to the end of my days. Yes, I'm sure you will, Dandelion, I am sure you will. Anyway, let's get back on track, use the Witcher senses. Highlight objects, starting with you. Examine. If you want to examine an item more closely, walk up to it and press E.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
Maybe I will. Oh, can I? Yup. Art, Igni, love it. Okay, well, do we have anything else? Yes, we have. Hi.
Nothing but silver.
Gold clashes with my complexion. You should know that.
Well, now we know. Although, personally, yeah, silver looks good, but the gold is fancy too. Yennefer.
See, I thought Ciri could stand to wait a little longer.
It's uninstructive, not to mention unreasonable.
Okay. Want to stay with you a little longer. Okay. Is this a dream? Is this a flash forward? Is this a flashback? Because if this is a dream, then personally...
I missed you. A lot.
And I missed you. But we'll have plenty of time to make up for that. Go and train with her, then come back. It'll give me a chance to put my face on.
Of all the women I've known, you're the only one who does that before.
You've known many.
What's it matter? Only ever thought of you.
Well, well, well. Oh, hi.
Got any clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
Okay, and what color are those? Because the ones you're currently wearing are black. More Igni. I just love this. For some reason. It's just fun to do. Anyway, no key just yet, which means I might have to be over here.
Lilac and gooseberries, of course.
Geralt, stop fingering my toiletries.
Hey, if it smells nice, it smells nice. And isn't perfume meant to attract the other gender and all that kind of stuff? You're basically luring me with it. And that is the key. To unlock locked doors, walk up to them, press E. Yeah, got it. Thank you. Can we open both? Let's go and meet Ciri.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course.
Knowing that Witchers get older than a normal person, I do wonder how old Vesemir is.
Guess she prefers practice to theory.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right?
Sounds like it.
How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
Honestly, don't get mad at her, because you fell asleep. I mean, sure, she could have waked you up, maybe, but Maybe she was just done with her work and wanted to do something else, but don't get mad at her.
Don't get mad at her.
Why the hell not? The whippersnapper refuses to do as she's told.
You like that about her.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike.
Is she wearing a blindfold?
You're not in this circus. Pirouette.
Okay, I'm not
Wrong.
sure how
Footwork.
big that drop point is there, but
Enough. Get down.
that seems very dangerous, especially when training alone.
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Apologies not enough. Yeah, you know what? Better not. It better not happen again. Because I will get involved, maybe.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
Okay, that might be worse.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on. We'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Begin tutorial? Yes, of course.
Of course. This a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
Trust me, it's not an elfin bathhouse.
Maybe if you fall.
Press E while facing ladder to begin climbing it. Yup. Character added Cirilla. Ciri for short. Meanwhile... Are we racing or... Oh, can I... No. Okay, if we're racing, you're beginning to win.
About breathing through your mouth in rhythm with your steps.
Careful fall from great height can lead to injury or even death.
Ciri, cut it out.
I'll keep that in mind. Meanwhile, I think this is where we need to go. Whatever the case may be, Ciri, you're slow. Press space while running to leap over obstacles. I need to go in that direction. There we go. Just follow the path. Nothing wrong. Everything okay? I will take the ladder over here. I don't know what my limits are.
Longer. I'll show you yet. I just need to grow a bit.
Yeah, just a bit. But no, I'm not entirely sure. The fact that we can jump, we couldn't do that before. That is new. Which means I don't know what my limits are.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm sure that you'll realize soon enough that this ain't Dark Souls with your spook spell, and most certainly not Skyrim.
Which means, slowly,
Oh no.
carefully.
Vesemir's got that look.
What did you
What
expect?
did you expect?
Yeah, that. I mean, you did leave her behind sleeping and left.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
You're in trouble.
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zeracania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter.
She's good.
Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
Okay, honestly, when we out of this, could have said you did the exercise while sleeping, while Vesemir was sleeping. You could have, yeah.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect.
Really?
Uncle Vesemir's words.
Oh, she is
Well,
good.
You're a quick study. Quick, but mischievous. Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword.
Yeah, I can see how she might be quite a handful. At
What
least
do
she
you
did
think?
study.
Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Personally, I think let's start with the fundamentals, begin combat tutorial. Yes, please, thank you.
Should work on the basics. Even skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
And I assume quite a bit has changed. Combat. Witches must be prepared to fight foes of all kinds, be they plate-clad knights, ethereal wraiths, or bone-crushing giants. To match the strength and exploit the weaknesses of different enemies, witches need to use a variety of weapons and combat techniques. The core two of their trades are the swords, one steel for fighting humans and non-humans, the other silver for slaying monsters. Witches have also mastered a simple form of combat magic. These signs are not as powerful as the spells wielded by mages, but they can be cast very quickly with simple one-handed gestures, making them quite useful in the heat of combat. Witches are also adept in basic alchemy. They can brew powerful potions, blade oils and bombs, all of which give them a keen advantage when fighting stronger and faster foes. Right, press 1 to draw a steel sword, to sheath it, press C, got it. Press C to select or deselect the target. When you've selected a target, all your attacks are directed towards it. You don't have to select a target during combat, but doing so can help you focus on a specific opponent. Seeing how we're only fighting you, Vesemir, right now, I guess I indeed will focus.
1, 2, 3.
Mount a fast attack against Vesemir by pressing left mouse button. 1, 2, 3.
Give it all you got.
Uh,
Never lock your elbow when striking, young lady.
Yeah, okay. Mount a strong attack against Vesemir by holding left shift and... Okay, that is already different from The Witcher 2. I'm not showing off. Now I'm showing off. More? Sure. We'll do more.
Position, Ciri. Footwork.
Wait.
Remember,
Wait for Vesemir to attack. Dodging. To dodge to one side indicates direction using WASD and press Alt. Okay, that's a weird combination, but... Oh. Okay. Okay, that can work. That can indeed work. Wait, there's rolling and dodging like that? To roll out of the way of a blow, choose a direction using WASD and press space. Okay, so if you want to have... If you want to have a lot of distance, dodge. Otherwise, yeah, normal dodge. Anyway, hold right to parry attacks. No tomfoolery, let's do this. Okay, normal blocking as a result.
Fighting a stupid dummy.
Pretend now, live later.
Fair point, but still, she is fighting a dummy.
Strike!
Press right just before an opponent strikes to perform a counterattack. So basically, timed blocking. Okay. Got it. Got it, got it. Come on, Vesemir, attack me. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Does that also work on monsters, though?
Who's next? Now, young lady. To bring the day to a close, we'll go over a few witches' signs.
Ooh, yes.
Let's start with Gwen.
Quen is always a good starting point. Press tab to open the quick access menu. Select Quen sign. Here we go. Press to cast an active sign, press Q.
Ciri, Gwen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why.
It blocks. Ooh. Wait. Oh, obviously you've got a better Quen sign than me. The Quen sign protects you against damage.
Geralt. I want to see sparks fly.
That is an amazing Quen shield. Mine doesn't do that much, but... Okay, you want me to cast Igni? Fine, go ahead. While close to Vesemir, press Q. I'm trying to cast Igni.
I'd be aflame by now.
Yes, you would be.
Alright, Geralt. Come on.
Okay, art, you said? Art it is. Which means... Oh. Okay, I get it with training.
See that,
But give me some time. Okay, art and stuns opponents and in some cases knocks them to the ground. Yup.
Time for Axie. Damn it. I hate this feeling.
Yeah, I can understand that. Axie. Never really used this one that much though.
Axie can really muddle your mind.
Signs consume stamina. If your stamina level is too low, you can't cast them. Okay, got it. Use the Axie sign to temporarily disorient opponents.
Damn it.
So now what?
Erden now. Show her, Geralt.
Erden. That is the... That was a stun thing.
Ciri? Couldn't move if I wanted to.
You're moving though. Okay, that means they
Throw a
changed
bomb.
Erden.
Don't worry, Ciri. Quen will
Bombs.
dampen the blow.
Okay, a lot is being thrown at me. I will figure this out in due time. Bombs, there we go. Step back, throw a bomb at Vesemir by pressing the mouse wheel. That can work, yeah. Stand in the spot indicated on the minimap, thank you. Hold and aim at one of the highlighted training points, then release, throw the bomb. Yeah, I can get the hang of this. Free training, the combat tutorial is now over. If you want, you can continue training with Vesemir. To stop training, simply sheath your sword by pressing C.
Fine. Enough. Continue training at will.
I think I will. Right as I figure out. Let's start with Quen. Just want to make sure that I have everything under control. I need to get this dodging under control with the alt. Because I'm used to dodge rolling like this all over the place. And I'm not used to basically having two different kinds of dodges. This is new. I kind of like it though. But also... Okay, this is cool. Let's see, can I... This should also work like this. Yup. Just by pressing the numbers, that is Igni. 3 is Art. 6 is Quen. Oh, that means... Okay. 7 should be Axie. There we go. Yeah, I can do this. I can definitely, hopefully, do this. As long as I get those parries under control, I should be okay. Should you be happy about that, though?
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Ciri, get down here.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet? Ciri?
It can't have gone that far.
I'll make sure to find every last blade for you.
Oh boy.
What the?
What? What?
Vesemir.
Okay, this has got to be a dream, right?
Adriana wanted this, and you, White Wolf.
The Wild Hunt. Okay, most definitely a flashback slash dream. So what happened to Ciri in that case? I know how things went with Yennefer and us, but...
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn some way off. We've got time.
Dreamt of Kaer Morhen. Yeah, I know what happened to Yennefer and I know what happened to us. I know how we lost our memory. But Ciri has... We only heard words of her. A legend of some kind in The Witcher 1. I think she was mentioned shortly in The Witcher 2, but... Where is she?
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub and next to me...
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there.
What?
Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
So Yennefer has never even been in Kaer Morhen. Interesting. Yeah, we will find Yennefer, not too worried about that.
I know we will. That's not what worries me. You've seen her tracks. She's at full gallop all the time. Breakneck speed through wild lands, devastated battlefields. She's in a hurry to get somewhere. Or fleeing something. Either way, it means trouble of some sort.
Be surprised if she wasn't in trouble. She's always poked her nose in beehives. Courtly intrigues here, mages' conspiracies there. What do you expect?
Don't know. Guess I thought once we were finally reunited, things would be calm. At least for a while.
Sounds like
Calm?
wishful thinking.
With Yennefer? Good luck.
Anyway, then we train with Ciri.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No, it did not.
No. The wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
Yeah, but at the same time, dreams might also mean more. Ciri in my dreams might mean she's in danger.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
Anyway, I guess it's time to go. I mean, dawn is here, so we should be good.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. Oh, how about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
They must meet soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
Oh. Okay, apparently that's private. Stuff Unicorn we used it as a bed once. Okay, now I want to know.
Stuffed unicorn. Used it once or twice. In certain situations.
Subtle. Very subtle.
The things young folk get up to these days.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh. But it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait,
That's not
hear
good.
that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Which means time for silver. Life on the continent and in the Skellig Isles is nasty, brutish, and short. War lays waste to the land, and those it spares live in fear of the countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their head, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword. Yes, we should. Okay, starting with... Okay, I wanted to activate Quen. There's a few more than I thought there would be. Oh, there's one behind me. My Quen is not up. So let me be careful. There we go. One more down. Okay, come on. No. Okay, I'll take this one. Vesemir, don't worry. Oh. Okay, I do worry slightly when they are surrounding me. Definitely worrying. No. That's a cliff. Quen, thank you. No. Okay, I do wonder. Can I block these? Like, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll figure that out at a later point. Adrenaline points. Striking opponents generates adrenaline points. Certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume adrenaline points. These points slowly decline when you are not engaged in combat. That's something for the future as a result.
Of course, when armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
Yeah. Okay, but if we were near Willoughby or whatever it was named, near Vizima, that means we're in the area of the Witcher 1 in that case. Interesting. Vitality regeneration. You can regenerate vitality by eating or drinking or by meditating for at least 1 hour. While playing on the Blood and Broken Bones and Death March difficulty levels, meditation does not regenerate vitality, which means that counts for us. Food and drink can be placed in your consumable slots for quick use during combat. Press R and F to consume them and regenerate vitality. You have some food equipped in your upper consumable slot. Press R right now to eat it and regenerate a portion of your vitality. I don't think we took any damage, so... Okay, that is cool. I can sense monsters from that far away. Cool. Also, there's loot. Horses, mounting. Walk up to your horse. Is that my horse, Roach? Walk up to your horse and press E to mount it. Okay, I can do that, yeah. First up, though, rule number 1 of being a Witcher. Loot. And can I see? Yep, I can see where all my loot is. There's supposedly one here too. Thank you. Venom extract. You're not? Oh. This is that crystal skull from the intro cinematic.
Pearl skull in black crystal. Why do I think this is Yen's?
I mean, it might very well be. It looks like it's the same. It says there is supposedly here, right over here. Venom extract, cool spot, thank you. We cheated. We don't need the sword right now, thank you very much. Do we have some information? Can I... Lilac and gooseberries. Yennefer had contacted Geralt, finally. They had not seen each other in years. And then she'd sent him a letter, smelling of lilac and gooseberries, of course, asking him to meet her in the village of Willoughby, about a matter of great importance, she had written. So, as was his wont, when it came to all things Yennefer, the Witcher raced off at breakneck speed. Alas, he arrived too late. The passing armies had razed Willoughby to the ground. Yennefer was nowhere in sight. With the help of Vesemir, whom Geralt had encountered along the way, Geralt picked up her trail, which the two witches then followed. Yen had ridden north, traversing wild lands and battlefields at great speed. She was in a hurry. Perhaps she was in trouble. Yeah, and that's kind of what's making me worry. Do we have no... there has got to be an issue. That's what I needed. Enter, that's what I need. Okay, glossary, bestiary. ghouls, vulnerable against necrophage oil. Ghouls creep and crawl at night, eating everything in sight. In a snap they'd eat you too, chew you up for a ghoulish stew. Children's rhyme. Ghouls and greyfears are hard to describe. In part, they resemble humans, yet on the whole they are the utter negation of all that is human. Though they have arms and legs like men, they walk on all fours like dogs or badgers. Though they have eerily familiar faces, one searches them in vain for any sign of sentiment, reason, or even a spark of consciousness. They are driven by one thing and one thing alone, an insatiable craving for human flesh. Yikes. Okay, so, that's fine. We also got some more information on several characters. Ciri. Cirilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon. What can I possibly say about her? That we call her Ciri for short, that she was born in 1251, that she has ashen hair and a scar on her cheek. All is true, and that's the Cirilla I know best, the one I first laid eyes upon those many years ago, the one who seemed thoroughly, well, not ordinary, but certainly not as extraordinary as she in fact is. For Cirilla is also a highly skilled witcher, heiress to several thrones, the last bearer of the Elder blood, a powerful source endowed with exceptional magic talent, and the lady of time and space. Her hair color and date of birth seem rather incidental now, don't they? I could tell you she is Geralt's adopted daughter, but that will be a gross simplification. Ciri is much more. She is his destiny, his unexpected child, someone bound to the Witcher by fate's most inextricably tangled fetters. Following age-old tradition, Geralt took Ciri to Kaer Morhen when she came into his care. There, he and Vesemir taught her in the ways of the professional monster slayer. It was then that her magic talents were first revealed, and they discovered she was a sorceress. Ciri's gift proved a curse as well. Because of it, she would one day have to hide from the entire world, even Geralt. Okay, so Ciri has been adopted by us and Yennefer in that case. Or at least by us. Okay, good to know. Which doesn't make it seem weird that she has ashen white hair like us. And is a source like Yennefer. Anyway, Eskel, one of our fellow Witcher colleagues. All witches have a great deal in common, but with Eskel and Geralt, the similarities are particularly striking. They first met as two boys of the same age swinging wooden swords at Kaer Morhen. They then went through an ordeal together, the first round of selections, the murderous changes, the trials of grasses, and training on the gauntlet, the Witcher's daunting obstacle course. They also received hidings together for more than one act of childish delinquency. When they became adults, they walked the path separately, but still reconvened at Kaer Morhen nearly every winter to wait out the cold and drink to their successes and remember fallen comrades. Though Eskel never gained Geralt's renown, he equaled the White Wolf in experience and carried out his contracts with care and efficiency. Death had almost taken him many times during his hunts, yet in an ironic twist, the hideous scar on his face came not from a monster's claw, but from the blade of Daedra Ademien, his highly unpredictable, unexpected child. That's indeed quite ironic, and indeed quite similar to what we endured, but different in its own way. Anyway, why is Ciri still showing? No, nothing. Okay, Lambert. The youngest among the witches of Kaer Morhen, and perhaps the last ever trained within its walls. By the start of our tale, Lambert had proven his chops many times over, having hunted down many a mighty beast and traversed nearly all the continent's realms several times over. Yet, he had also developed a reputation for arrogance and sardonic humor, and his gruff and at times excessively blunt manner could irritate even his fellow witchers of the School of the Wolf. Whatever his vices, it went without saying that Lambert would brave the fires of any hell for his companions. And last but not least, Vesemir. Vesemir was the oldest living member of the School of the Wolf, and most likely the oldest witcher of any school on the continent. About as long in years as the ruins of Kaer Morhen themselves, and though eternally complaining about his creaky bones, this master of the witcher trade gave no thought to a well-deserved retirement. Grey but still spry, he continued to ply monster hunting trade into his golden years. Effectively too, as he'd seen more beasts than all his students put together. A harsh and demanding instructor in Geralt's youth, over the years he had become something of an adoptive father and mentor to the other witches, always ready to help with sage advice and steady hands. In the spring of 1272, when our story begins, Vesemir had joined Geralt on his search for Yennefer, trekking with him through war-ravaged Temeria. And I have a feeling that we are about to see what that war-torn land will entail.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
The ghouls? I guess. The witches spend most of their time on the road in search of their next contract. They must trek across wide valleys, climb over high mountain peaks, and trudge through thick bogs. Luckily, Geralt can always count on his horse, Roach, to help him on his travels. To have Roach come to you, press X. Yeah, I can work with that, I guess. Get your horse movements.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
That works.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
Yeah, as a result, Roach, I know, hold left shift to counter while moving, I get it.
Go.
Okay, fine, you want to move, we shall move. Hold left shift to counter. Vesemir, let's go. Let's see if we can find Yennefer.
And so, our longest adventure yet has finally started. Mysteries, intrigue, witcher contracts, and the occasional Gwent game all shall await us in this epic tale of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.